After that ton game last episode, I thought we'd go on a serious run in the league. Unfortunately, two bad defeats against Sion and Jamax have sort of messed up our promotion race. We're still in the race just, but we're going to have to catch up seriously. And we're going to need a miracle from Sion or Ton. A complete collapse, I think. But today, we've got a much more important game. We're playing ourselves in the Liechtenstein Cup. Can we win some silverware this season? Let's find out. Roll that title. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 11 of the Liechtenstein Challenge. And as I mentioned in the intro, we have had two bad defeats since the Ton game where we lost to Sion and Jamax. But since then, we went on a bit of an unbeaten run. We beat every team, par Grasshopper Zurich, and an away trip to Ton. But today, we've got the most important fixture of the season, I would say, with us not doing particularly well. We play ourselves Vaduz 2 away from home, at home, in the cup. And if we win this, we go through to the final. And if we win the final, we will get European football for the second time in the save, with the first time being in the first season. After that, we've got a game against Sion, which we will potentially have in this video, but depending on when the final of the Liechtenstein Cup, if we get to it, is, then we might play that game rather than the Sion match. I will go through the league table with you now, but before we do that, let's go through some of the games that we had. I'll just show you the side where it shows you the goals and the players. So we lost 2-1 to Sion away from home. Goals from Souza and Schmed from them, and Fabrizio Kevgin making it 2-1. Then another 2-1 loss, which was really disappointing, to Jamax, which has really, I wouldn't say it cost us completely in terms of the playoffs, but when I show you the league table in a moment, it's affected us, I must admit. But then a away win to Stade Noir, 3-1 there. 2-1 win to us against Ville. Then we beat Bellinzona 4-0 away from home, sorry. And then another disappointing result against Grasshopper Zurich. They seem to be... I mentioned Schaufhausen a couple of episodes ago being a bit of a bogey team, but it appears Grasshopper are our bogey team this season. We haven't beat them away from home or at home, but it was a disappointing draw away from home, with Tim Varian scoring 2 goals for us, and then, as you can see, Dirk Abels and Dion Kakuri, I believe I've said that right, scoring for them. Then we beat Schaufhausen at home. Noah Hollenstein, who has been one of our summer signings, he's done all right, making that another 3 points for us against Schaufhausen. Then a completely remarkable game, I would say, against Cham. They went 2-0 up in this game, as you can see from the right hand side there. But then we somehow decided to turn on the that we were going to play with a goal from Berisha, Balahul, Dabachki, and then they actually equalised in the 59th minute through Marin Weiskman. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then Tim Varian making it 4-3. But that was a really weird game of football where we should have been out of sight. But we got the 3 points. And then an away trip to Ton. It looked like potentially we were going to lose this game. But Simbakoli in the last minute, or the 87th minute, I should say, making it 2-2. and a draw there. But yeah, let's go and show you the league table as it stands now. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. So we are fourth on 52 points, 15 games won, 7 draws, and 8 defeats this season. The defeats have really cost us this year, as you can probably see. Jamax 1 point above us, and then Sion and Tun on 65 and 64 respectively. We have, I think, around about 6 games left. And we need to win all of those games and hope that Sion and Tun have a massive collapse if we want to get into the playoffs. It's a bit disappointing. I was hoping, as I said at the start of the season, that we would be in that playoff or in first place. Unfortunately, that's not the case, but we're going to keep fighting, as I said at the start of the video. But I need to have a serious look at certain parts of the team this season. I'm just going to go through a couple of inbox messages that came through during the time between the last episode and this episode. And we'll also show you the youth intake. So the first bit of news is that Fabian Stober has decided to leave the club. He is going on a free to Stade Lausanne Ushi. He's going to be a squad player there, and yeah, it's a bit disappointing because this guy is a Liechtenstein player, and I obviously want to get as many Liechtenstein players as I can into the team. Yeah, frustrating, but we've got to move on. We've also got Franke leaving as well, and that is something that we're going to have to address next season. Then we also had Martin Marquez get a serious injury, which really affected us in terms of the fact that we brought him in on loan and we can't remove the registration for him. So he is, yeah, it's a pointless player now. I'm going to have to be very cautious when it comes to loans next season. I've learned my lesson in this division anyway. I think it's different in the first tier of Switzerland, where you can change around the registration rules. But as I've mentioned in the past, once you register a player and they play a game, they are registered. So need to be careful about that. It's a lesson hopefully I've learned. But yeah, it's just an annoyance. And finally, we've got the youth intake preview. It's an average intake, but from what I've seen from the intake so far, looks fairly decent. And we'll go through this now. So here's the intake. It's a average intake according to our staff. We've got one player who could be potentially a 3.5 star / 4.5 star player in Finn Werner, who's an attack midfield player. We've also got a very good, decent, I should say, top talent goalkeeper in Marvin Boyer, and then a left back, David Bakker, and a striker, Rene Bella. Then we've got a few other players. Let me just show you them. So, Jonas Strub, I'm kind of hoping he's going to be decent. And then possibly I would say, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but one of the best names I've seen as a new gen name, Bastian Angerschmidt. That is fantastic. What a name. I think we might just sign him based on the name. But yeah, there's not particularly any more players that look particularly good. But what I will do, it's something I would do in some other saves if we needed just like players to basically sit in the under 18s, under 19s, is especially with it being Liechtensteiner, and potentially, hopefully, we can develop a couple of them to go to other Liechtenstein clubs or different clubs. We probably end up signing all of this intake. But from what I can see, Finn Werner, let's have a look. Looks like a decent attacking advanced playmaker. I don't play with a guy behind the striker, but he's got 15 flair, which is good. He's balanced, which is, I suppose, okay. Decisions look alright. Agility and balance look okay. His physicals do worry me a slight bit. And we got Marvin Boyer. I do like his determination and his teamwork and his work rate. Natural fitness of 14, always a bonus for me. The only thing that worries me is his height. 5'10", not massive on goalkeepers that are below 6 foot. Um, but who knows? He might develop into a decent keeper for Liechtenstein. Then we got David Bakker. I'm a bit disappointed about this guy. Low determination. Yeah, 6 foot. Nothing really to shout home about. We will sign him, but maybe not one that you'll see going forward. And then finally, of the top talents, we've got Rene Bella. Looks all right, to be fair. I mean, we need to get the composure up. But 6 foot, couple of fives, couple of eights and nines. Agility and balance could be maybe a little bit better, but looks like an okay advance forward. So yeah, maybe we'll look at developing this guy a little bit more. And then we've got Bastian Angerschmidt, probably one of the best new gen names that I've seen for a while. Looks decent, nothing to shout home about. Good decisions, determination, teamwork, and he's a leader as well. Natural fitness at 12, so we'll try and develop him. If he doesn't turn out into anything, who knows? But I just thought I'd show you him because I think it's a great name. But let's get into this Vaduz 2 game. Right, so this is the team I'm going to go with for us against Vaduz 2 today. We're going to go with Buchel, Hadoza, Lars Traber, which will be a bit of a surprise to you, Berisha, Stober, Picasso, Debaki, Buchel, Fabio Fer, Samba, and Simbakoli. I've gone for a little bit of a rotation. It might be a bit of a risk. I went with Gabriel Forza, Crouchkey, Weiser, Franke, Balahul, Hollenstein, and Tim Varin on the bench. Should we get in an emergency state, I might actually. No, we'll leave it like that. I was going to put Isaac on the bench, but Franke can play left side defense if we need him. I want to give Traber a chance because he hasn't played all season, and I don't expect him to have a really tough game. I'm leaving a couple of players out, like Kamara, for example. Yeah, just Kamara mainly. That was referencing to. I was gonna give Balahul and Frankie a break, but we need to win this competition. I'm gonna go through the opposition instructions now, and we'll see you at the match. So here we are in the match. You probably can't recognise any players for the Does 2 par Demiri that we signed last. I think it was in January or it was the summer. It was one of the two anyway. But this is the team we've come with. Nobody's here for the most important game of the season, Vaduz 2 versus Vaduz. It's empty again. But yeah, let's see how we get on. Hopefully this will be a walk in the park, but I've said that before about the Liechtenstein Cup. Who knows? But expecting a win here. Anyway, Bukel plays it in. Tabachki, Samba, Bukel. Doesn't lead to anything, unfortunately. Hellbach, though, he's got a lot to do for it does too. And now he scored. They want to win this game. They want to get into Europe, not us. Fabio Fair. Good lad. Good old Fabio Fair. I think he'll do us for a couple more seasons. He's a useful player on that right hand side. Nice ball from Traber to Doza. And Fabio Fair just puts it away. Keeper should be doing better for the reserve team, but is what it is. We move on. Oh, they conceded Fabio Nigelli. Buchel just. I don't know what it is with Buchel. Benjamin Buchel, man. I don't know if that. Would you say that was the defense's fault? Maybe. I mean, Hellbach doesn't get closed down here. Keeper should be saving that though, surely. I think it's his last season in goal for us, but well, as a main player. As a main player, anyway. Hey, makes it interesting, I suppose. 1-1. Here's Bukel. Send McCauley to Samba. Samba. Cardoza. I really need Samba and Simbakoli to start playing a little bit more. Just providing more for the team. Can't be relying on Tim Varian all the time anyway. Buka with the goal kick. Fabio Fur here again. We don't make it easy for ourselves. We do not make it easy for ourselves. But we've been the better side. Looks like it's possibly going to be a Tim Varian job, but we'll see. I don't like what I saw from that team. Come on, let's counter. Fabio Fur on the right here. It's a nice ball into Samba. Oh, great goal from Newcastle to make it 2-1. Just on the edge of half time. Just after half time, I should say. But yeah, good strike from Newcastle there. Making it 2-1. Samba Stoba. Back Samba. Simbakoli. That's what we needed. Just a little bit of confidence in them, you know. Decent ball in from Samba. Simbakoli with the header. Making it 3-1. Hellbach. Nico Hellbach. Need to have a look at him. Just the Austrian guy, yeah. Nico Hellbach there making it 3-2. I need to have a look at him next season because he seems to be. There's a couple of players in the Vaduz 2 side that seem to be doing pretty well, and he is one of them. Bukel's not had a good game again. Like I say, I'm not convinced by him as a goalie, and I think next season we're going to be looking at a replacement. I think Samba making it 4-2 anyway. I think we're just going to have a little bit too much quality for these guys. But they're not making it easy for us too. They're not making it easy. It's a ball from Bukel to Samba and just slots it in. Lovely jubbly. But yeah, Bukel shouldn't really be conceding in these games. I don't think. Maybe just me, but yeah. I think that's and that's another goal for Newcastle from a corner as well. Great header. Ooh, Newcastle's got an injury. That's not good. Right, I don't normally do this, but since we've got really no. Actually, I'll tell you what. No, we'll do. We'll bring on Hollenstein. Bukel can be the anchor. Bit of a bad injury that. Because he's our. I would say he's our best DM and central defender. Eyes are just over the bar. But yeah, I think looking at next season in terms of the league, I think we need to look at a better defence. It's going to be hard to find, but better defence and goalkeeper is going to be the priority. Just going to switch on to extended highlights here, just for this last bit. But yeah, a comfortable 5-2 win there. in the end, it wasn't at the start. It was certainly not at the start, but we'll take that. And let's see who we get in the final. And it looks like it's going to be Balzers, who won it last year, I think. Yeah, they did. So, unfortunately, Lacasso is injured. Just going to send my assistant to that. So, do we have the final? Okay. Yeah. So the final's on the 7th. So this is just in advance. What I'm gonna do now is we're gonna do the Sion game, and then I think what we'll do is in the next episode we'll do the final, and then we'll do a rundown of those last 3 games instead of having you for the Ville, Bellinzona, and Grasshopper Zurich game, unless it's got a bit interesting in the Challenge League. Who knows? It's highly unlikely though, but we're going to keep going. But that'll be the next episode. We're going to get straight into the Sion game now, and I'll see you there in a bit. So we are back for the Sion game, and I've made a couple of changes off the back of the Vaduz 2 game. The additions to the team have been Danoon, Weiser, Fosso, Balahul, and Tim Varian up front. Just wanted to change it slightly. Just with the opposition we're playing, Sion second in the league. At the moment, if I just show you the Challenge League, so Ton have just lost to Grasshopper Zurich, and Jamax have just drew their game. If we were to beat Sion, it would be 9 points with 5 games to go. So it's still technically all to play for. It's a lot to do in those 5 games, and as I said at the start of the video, we need a monumental collapse from Sion or Ton to even potentially get into those top 2 places, and we also need to win every single game to have a chance, which is highly unlikely, but we'll keep going. So here we are for the game against Sion. We've had a decent run, like I say, in the league since we got beat off Sion and Jamax after the Ton game. So here's hoping we can carry that on in the league. Like I say, we need to win. I think if we lose today or draw, then I think it's game over anyway, but it's certainly game over if we don't win today. Sion kicking off. Let's see how we get on. Hopefully, it's a win. It's a good start though for Sion. They're getting down that left-hand side. Wasn't a comfortable start there, was it? I've gone with the cautious mentality for now. Let's see how we get on. Beresha with a ball to Samba. Nice ball into Stober. Can we do anything? Penalty. Probably one of the softest penalties I've ever seen, but it's big Tim Varian. Can he score? Yes, he can. There's a statue of your name on it, Tim Varian. 15th goal of the season. Without him, we wouldn't be anywhere near we are in the league. He's a bit crucial for us. I have to say it's one of the luckiest penalties I've seen on the game, but that's lower league for you with FM this year. Free kick to Sion, and they equalise instantly. Dennis will pull out. Oh, it's offside. Luckily, it's offside. But we're under the pressure again here, which is concerning. Chipperfield. Yeah, it's been coming. Poor defending yet again. Danoon there didn't do a good job. I think he just let the player run through. Yeah, it's poor. Is that Weiser there as well? Yeah, Weiser. I've not been convinced by Weiser, but we have to play him in that sort of DM role this year. Fabio Fair. Samba recovers it. We had Bolt Advisor. It was a good chance. Storber. I need to find an alternative to Visor, I think. He's not having a good game. Yeah, I'm not. Do you know what? I'm actually not happy with the team. And I'm not convinced by Visor at the back. I'm really not. I think it could be a job for Mr. Debachki. Yeah. I think that's his role. And then we put Fosso there on the ball winning midfielder role. Yeah. I think that'll do me. Maybe Samba come off as well, but we'll see. It's a corner from us though. It's annoying it doesn't lead to a goal. Goal kick from Bukel. We lose it though. I'm just going to go on balance mentality here because we seem to be doing all right. I think though there is going to be some changes. I think we will bring on No Holstein, and then I think also Balahul for Fabio Fair. Probably Kamara, and what maybe we'll swap him around to like a central midfielder attack. Kamara's alternative role would be. Yeah, I think that could work. So what I'm gonna do, Tabatsky on attack. Actually, no. Sorry. So I'm gonna leave him on Mazzona support, and then we're gonna put Kamara on central midfielder attack. I'm also a little bit worried about the noon, so I'm gonna bring Isik on, and then Storber as well. I think I'm gonna make the 5 subs. Gonna go for it. Keep it on a balanced mentality for a little bit of encouragement. Hollenstein really needs to do better there, man. Also, Tim Varian with the press there. I think he could do a lot better. Anyway, Costa. Oh, that's a great goal. Can't take anything away from that. Of course, it's a wonder goal that'll probably win them the game. Poor. That's a fantastic strike. I can't deny that. No chance. Come on, let's go a bit positive. That's for 5 to 10 minutes maybe here. Yeah. Doesn't look like it's going to be it. Nah. They deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve the victory. We only had one penalty really that made a difference in that game. Really poor performance. I'm not happy with that. I think that'll win. That might win. Get Sion to win the league. To be fair. Yeah. So defeat there to Sion, annoying. But we got Jamax next and Stade Noir. I'm going to play those offline. And then we'll be back for the Balzas game. And then I think best thing to do would be just a summary of Ville, Bellinzona, and Zurich. And if for some reason we get into a playoff spot, A, great, and B, we'll play that game in the episode as well. Well, at least we're in the final of the Liechtenstein Cup. We weren't in the final at all last year. I think that result of Sion, though, has condemned us to another season in the Challenge League. Appreciate anybody who's watched it today. If you haven't done so already, make sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. Be greatly appreciated. I will be back for the game against Balzers. That'll be the game, the Liechtenstein Cup. And we'll see if we get anywhere closer to that second place. It's 13 points. It's not impossible, but we need a complete collapse from Thun. But that game against Sion has really opened up my sort of mind in terms of midfielders, defenders, goalkeeper. I think attacking wise we're okay. We have a couple of good young prospects that we need to use next season. But for me, transfer wise, and what I'm going to focus on in the summer, new goalkeeper, central defender we need, a top quality one if we can find one, a left back, we're going to need a left back, a right back potentially, and I think a DM, some defensive midfielder. It looked like potentially as well that there was a team interested in Balahul, so we might have to take that into consideration, but we'll do that when we get there. Like I say, hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy, stay safe. Bye everybody.